In the heart of Europe, a new power emerged. 1871 marked the birth of the German Empire. Otto von Bismarck, the Prussian minister-president, orchestrated the unification of German states. Through cunning diplomacy and military prowess, Bismarck outmaneuvered Austria and France. He forged a nation from a patchwork of kingdoms and duchies. The German Empire, with Prussia at its helm, became a dominant force on the continent. Bismarck, known as the Iron Chancellor, believed in realpolitik. This pragmatic approach to politics prioritized power and national interest. He understood that a unified Germany would upset the balance of power in Europe. To secure its position, Bismarck embarked on a complex web of alliances. He aimed to isolate France and prevent a two-front war. The unification of Germany was not without its challenges. There were deep-seated regional differences and rivalries. Bismarck, however, skillfully navigated these complexities. He established a federal system that granted some autonomy to individual states. This helped to appease regional interests while maintaining Prussian dominance. The birth of the German Empire marked a turning point in European history. It ushered in an era of intense competition and shifting alliances. The seeds of future conflict were sown in the very act of unification. The delicate balance of power that Bismarck had crafted would be tested in the decades to come. Bismarck's foreign policy was a complex tapestry of alliances and agreements. He sought to maintain peace through a system of checks and balances. His primary aim was to keep France isolated. He feared that France, still smarting from its defeat in the Franco-Prussian War, would seek revenge. To counter France, Bismarck formed the Dual Alliance with Austria-Hungary in 1879. This pact ensured mutual support in the event of an attack by Russia. 3 years later, Italy joined the fold, transforming the Dual Alliance into the Triple Alliance. This powerful bloc served as a deterrent against potential aggressors. Bismarck also sought to maintain cordial relations with Russia. He understood that alienating Russia could push it into an alliance with France. This would create the very two-front war Germany feared. He therefore signed the Reinsurance Treaty with Russia in 1887, a secret agreement to remain neutral in the event of an attack by a third party. However, Bismarck's carefully constructed system of alliances began to unravel after his dismissal by Kaiser Wilhelm II in 1890. The Kaiser, eager to assert his own authority, pursued a more aggressive foreign policy. He allowed the Reinsurance Treaty with Russia to lapse in 1890. This decision pushed Russia closer to France, undermining Bismarck's efforts to keep them apart. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne on June 28, 1914, ignited the tinderbox of European tensions. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia, blaming it for the assassination. Serbia's response, although conciliatory, did not meet all of Austria-Hungary's demands. This provided the pretext for Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia on July 28, 1914. The system of alliances that Bismarck had so carefully constructed now came into play with devastating consequences. Russia, bound by treaty to Serbia, began mobilizing its troops. Germany, honoring its commitment to Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia on August 1, 1914. 2 days later, Germany declared war on France, Russia's ally. World War I had begun. Germany found itself fighting a two-front war, facing Russia and France simultaneously. The German Schlieffen Plan, a military strategy designed to avoid this scenario, failed to achieve its objectives. The war quickly bogged down into a bloody stalemate, characterized by trench warfare and horrific casualties. After 4 long years of war, Germany and its allies were defeated. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, formally ended World War I. However, the treaty's harsh terms sowed the seeds of future conflict. It imposed crippling reparations payments on Germany, stripped it of territory, and limited its military capabilities. The treaty's war guilt clause, which blamed Germany for starting the war, caused deep resentment among the German population. The economic hardship caused by reparations payments further fueled this anger. Germany felt humiliated and betrayed by the treaty, which it viewed as a dictated peace rather than a negotiated settlement. The Treaty of Versailles, while intended to prevent future wars, ultimately contributed to the instability of post-war Europe. It created an environment of bitterness and resentment which extremist groups such as the Nazi Party would exploit to their advantage.